Okay, this is a part 2 of the create table, okay, using transact SQL. Okay, now let's start where we left over. Now I'm going to create one more table that's known as create table patient. I'm going to execute this command. Okay, the table has been created. Patient table now has been created, but the table doesn't have any primary key because we did not specify any primary key in the table. As you can see, there is no primary key specified. Now we will use a alter table clause that will actually allow us to add a constant primary key to the table patient. The syntax is very simple. It says alter table patient, that is the table name, add constant name, primary key, and that key name, that is column name, patient ID. Okay, let's execute this command. Okay, once we have executed this SQL, now our table has a primary key. Let's go and check the index, SP help index patient, as a table name will give us the index name, because when you create a primary key it automatically add a index to it. There we are. You can see that there is an index that has been added. The index name is pk patient. Okay, that is the constant name pk patient, that becomes the index name. And the index description, this is clustered. You can have only one clustered index on table. Now I will actually create two tables. One is the amp and the other would be the amp salary. One would have having a primary key, the other would be having a foreign key, and they will reference to each other. Reference to the amp salary would reference to the table amp. Let's create the table amp. Let's execute this transact SQL. The table has been created. Let's move to the next one. Create table amp salary. Now I have already explained to you this thing in the previous table. This is a computed column R.N.A, and this would not be stored in the table as the word persist state is not put here by the side of the computed column. Executing this transact SQL of create table. The table has been created. Checking the indexes for the amp salary. Now, though I have specified a foreign key, okay, it doesn't create a index in the amp salary. There is no index created. When I created a primary key, the index was created. When I created reference a foreign key, there is no index created. Remember that thing. Suppose you did not create a foreign key, you could have used the alter table amp salary, add constant fk amp salary, foreign key amp id, references amp name, amp id. This is how you can use the alter table SQL to add a constant of the foreign key. Now let me explain to you what this is. This alter table amp salary, this is the table name. It says add constant, then there is a constant name, then the foreign key, that is reference the amp id, that is the key in the table amp salary, and then it says reference amp. Amp is the table, that is the parent table, and amp id is the primary key in the parent table. Now there is another recursive foreign key references. What it means is that the primary key exists in the same table and the foreign key also exists in the same table, and it references the same table to the primary key. That is known as recursive foreign key reference. The recursive relationship happens in some table where there is information about the employee and the manager in the same table, or other cases if suppose an employee works in the same organization and the employee's spouse also works in the same organization. There are many other situations where you will find this recursive relationship happening. Now here is one example. If you see, it says create table employee data emp id not null primary key manager int not null. Now the emp id is the primary key, then there is a emp f manager id, then there is emp f name l name, that is okay. Now there is a constant fk employee, this is the constant name, and foreign key. The foreign key is the manager id in the table employee data, and it references the same table employee data emp id, that is the primary key of the table. Now this is a recursive relationship. The manager id and the emp id are in the recursive relationship. Remember that thing.